Sir, wala nang pinasabi, sir. Hindi na kasi wala na, sir, binigay na request, sir, yung mga palayo. Yung nakaraan ko, sir, request yung request. Pero hindi nila natin, sir, sa general rule. Wala pa lang. Exercise director. Yung pala, walang dala.
White lang.
Pwede ibaba yung intensity.
Good morning to everyone. We would like to request you to settle down. Let us welcome the arrival of General Hernando DCA Iribe, Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, and Mutual Defense Board, Security Engagement Board, with the Philippines-United States Balikatan 2016 Exercise Directors, Vice Admiral Alexander S. Lopez, Philippines. His Excellency Philip S. Goldberg, Ambassador of the United States of the Philippines, and Honorable Jose Rene de Almendras, Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Republic of the Philippines. Of course, our guest of honor, the Honorable Ashton B. Carter, Secretary of Defense, United States of America, together with the Secretary of Defense, Republic of the Philippines, the Honorable Voltaire T. Guzmin. We shall begin with the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen,
Elect the people, honored guests. And finally, God of providence and destiny, bless and prosper us now and ever.
thank you to the Chief Chaplain Service. Welcome everyone to this closing ceremony.
On behalf of Admiral Harris, the Commander, and all the joint forces of the United States military, the government, and the people exercise. For my last 40 years, and I truly live and reserve the opportunity to lead and participate in many exercises. And without question, over the last 2 weeks, locations throughout the country, I am pleased to note that Balikatan, this year's Balikatan the heavy land craft being used to in a first time use of the transported between exercise sites, training, which includes U.S. Armies, Navies, Air Forces, working shoulder to shoulder. It reflects coordination in the U.S., ensure training and working together as like-minded. I believe our alliance is strong. And I want to thank people, particularly with sweat-soaked uniforms, dirty faces, they shared hardships, and because of that, thank you very much.
And the Vice Admiral Alexander.
Our guest of honor, Ashton Carter of the United States, the Honorable Jose Affairs of the Republic of the Philippines, Guzmin, the Secretary of Defense, General Nato, Tulan, the Commander, distinguished guests, King government officials, commanders of the Unified Command of the Philippines, United States, and wonderful more 2016. And as the AFP exercise director for this year, I'd like to officially report to everyone present today have been significant. While the mobility exercise, platform exercise in Palawan are still, I'm confident to say, objectives of enhancing the forces of the Philippines and the Australians, and most enhancing the bond of friendship and among BK-16 on of the preliminary BK-6 exercise has the process. The AFP staff, as well as the members of the battle among participants in all this paved the way for a significant progress was carried out. Operationalizing mainly accepted and considered participation, especially on the Mechanical Defense Treaty, invoked the seriousness of the forces, necessary options, as well as future security concerns, and the H means perfect. Indeed, combined logistics point, the alternative that we have achieved. It is noteworthy operational and simulated exercise, CMO support activities in clockwork precision and with commendable results identified and noted. Improve. We have Valley Gunnery Range deserves prelude to the regimental zones, the mechanized infantry of the U.S. High Mobility tempo for subsequent combined group of the mobilization exercise of Panay also tested the forces in conducting operations. It is important to note movements and advancement inevitably critical and essential. We have not also forgotten our stance in disaster relief operations. Exercise oversaw the conduct of civic assistance activity. This civic activity engineering civic action projects, Hilo and in Puerto Princesa, Laguna, Panay, Cagayancillo in Palawan. Not to mention the stabilization through the HADR exercise. Unmet challenges, along with our for the active participation of the Office of the Citizens of the AFP's battle staff, starting from the commanders of Unified Commands, down to Marine and Sailor, U.S. Joint Task Force Balikatan, and their time and effort to make this Philippines a resounding success. To our friends and the members who participated from the planning stage up team strength and expertise, respective commitment to uphold as it continues to be a venue. We have shown that collectively, we, regardless of whatever challenge, we brought substantial results. And along this line, let us personal note, being on my second and final of this long-standing annual military, express the deepest gratitude to the defense partners and all the exercise participants. Partnership. Major General Rodolfo Santiago, the my ever-supportive and brilliant assisting spirit of this year's Balikatan exercise, for bringing the college. My special thanks for all the necessary coordinations and assist leadership of the Marpor Pact needed for the successful conduct of Balikatan exercise. To my co-exercise director for 2 consecutive years, with the friendship and professional advice, successful conduct of BK exercises, as well as our support staffs, have made as we draw closer to the conclusion of this year's to present a short video showcasing planning up to the execution phase of this exercise. The video was not intended for entertainment purposes. It will be part of the official documentation that Balikatan exercise planning, 2016 in retrospect.
Helps ensure interoperability between forces. It also enhances and increases rapidly together and to address situations. Balikatan, or shoulder to shoulder, is the perfect between the U.S. and the Philippines.
Relationship. Let's help the Philippines grow their capabilities and other capabilities. So I think Balikatan, the two of us together.
The AFP is we were able to dentat and even fund our reach and increase the number of our efforts for the Filipino people. National Maneuver Force Exercise concept provides of the Philippines to address or respond or as an added muscle in emergency situations in their security. Gives a clearer demarcation of tasks in times of extreme need. The readiness of the AFP to respond jointly
There's also a way of bringing to both these problems and these challenges and actually doing when we address a no-kid response or an actual threat to the security.
Force or JRRF Philippines to deploy its forces and when needed to operations. This concept makes it and effective to rapidly respond to strikes anytime and anywhere.
So the Joint Rapid Response Force is some response capability. It's going to give them more response capability in disaster response. And it's an opportunity for us to test that capability, develop a scenario that brings a rapid
Allows us to mobilize, deploy, to respond to natural or man-made calamity. Capability is ideal. Archipelago.
I think mobility is something that we have, in a larger extent, by using what we own to move people around the state. The HIMARS was a pretty popular piece of equipment that we didn't actually fired it, and very, very mobile. That the HIMARS system gives those military sea lift ships.
Humanitarian assistance and disaster exercise concept provides tunes interoperability issues. Helps both the U.S. and Philippines existing capabilities into
asset for the United States. And during the Cooperative Health Engagement Program, it again served that purpose.
To new technologies and hardware and logistics. This show mobilize our troops in providing humanitarian assistance needed and when needed. AFP moves to the next horizon in its modern is one of the vital components. Marines and airmen in hardware that are in the acquisition pipeline.
Balikatan is important because
Besides, I
Closing Price Balikatan 26.
Honorable Carter, Secretary, Honorable Jose Rene D. Almendras, Honorable T. Gazmin, Vice Admiral Lopez, the Director from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the U.S. Exercise Director, Thank you for this year's overall such an impressive report and level of detail coupled with your enough to form the basis. Well done and congratulations. The recommendation, however, let me state this is my final year as EB. Within host calendar form the fountainhead, the vitality of our relations. Having been at one point provided to the staff, and with numerous activities that fire exercise at the Crowbar yesterday deserves more than the for a number of reasons. Not only broken ground in our joint and combined, we have actually started to transition toward the plan operation of PASEX. We shall, for conduct of command post exercise, design or command control nodes, relationships between the armed forces units. In our scenario, capacities to address real-world situations. We have not only strengthened our bilateral assistance, we have also other partners like South Korea, Thailand, and New Zealand, who sent and with the not of all of their willingness to share a fraction and through the medium of message to the world that it is better security rather than. And third, we have not tested our force capability. We have realized that it will take more to sustain our readiness postures. We need a secure establishment in key areas of our country, force and capability development years, but across short planning horizons. And the direction, our shared vision of regional peace and security, supported by committed resources, demonstrated executive years, the Balikatan exercises only underscore the strategic partnership of informed and of the U.S.
Engagement. You've also set the stage between the Philippines and the United States. Southeast Asia Maritime Security Americans here for this on a rotational basis. Important assignments. Also contributed to the Asia Pacific's security. It's said of this region, when you have enough of it, but when you don't have enough else. Here in the Asia Pacific and real-world operations, Americans and Filipinos, soldiers, sailors, that oxygen. The security upon millions of people all around the Asia raise their children to dreams that are full. Today I will visit the aircraft carrier USS China Sea, and after some of anticipated and extending back to the early, not just here in the South China Sea, but 6 times. So far on this, and each new defense agreement to the fabric security network, peaceful, principled, and it continues to stand for. At a time of change and democratic transitions in the Philippines, and we will continue to stand up for rules and rule-based order that is beneficial as we have for decades. The Philippines remain secure, and the Asia Pacific where everyone
States of America. The exercise of the Balikatan flag. Thank you. Please remain standing for the exit